To their credit, the MAGA movement has not relented on the Epstein scandal that Donald Trump, unfortunately for himself, makes so much worse every time he opens his damn mouth. This is the scandal that is obviously not going to go away easily. And if anything, it's actually just getting worse by the week as all this new information continues to pour out. And MAGA still wants answers. I mean, after all, they are the ones who made this a campaign issue. They ranted about it for years, alleging there was a massive cover-up of all these Democrats in power that we must expose. But it turns out it was their cult leader who was, really the most tied at the hip with Epstein compared to quite literally anybody. But they still want answers, so good for them. The only problem, of course, is that this administration is not giving us answers. The only thing they're giving us is distractions. Obama committed treason. Yeah, we don't care. We want the Epstein files. But Hillary's emails, remember those? Yeah, we don't care. We want the Epstein files. Russiagate. Yeah, we want the files. So MAGA's not moving on. And eventually, based on the kind of escalation of the attitudes we are seeing in conservative media and with the MAGA movement in general, they're going to start calling for heads to roll because they're still not blaming it on Trump. They think he's kind of the victim. But they're going to want a sacrificial lamb. They're going to want somebody to pay the price and lose their job for this cover-up. And according to multiple DC insiders and political analysts, there's only one person whose sacrifice would suffice. And that, of course, is Attorney General Pam Bondi. Because after all, Pam Bondi is the one doing the cover-up. MAGA just doesn't understand she's doing the cover-up at Trump's direction. They forget that very important piece. Trump is at the top, but they think Bondi is at the top. So that makes Bondi the prime person to be fired, to lose her job because of this. And maybe that'll make MAGA quiet down. Let me read you. This first one is from Eleanor Clift, DC insider. She says, Bondi is in a particularly precarious position as the official most directly in the line of fire over the Epstein debacle. MAGA base doesn't want to turn on Trump, but they want someone to pay for the switcheroo they've been served. Then you have Michael Cezanne at the Center for American Politics, who says, it's like The Apprentice, taking place in the White House with cabinet secretaries and top officials knowing that in order to survive, they better do anything they can to please him, even when it's not in the best interest of the American people. She still sits at the apex of the decision-making. I don't see how she successfully gets out of this. That phrase, I don't know how he's going to get out of this one, right? How many times throughout Donald Trump's political career have we all thought that, right? Let's be honest. Everybody's thought it at least once. Most people have thought it probably dozens of times. He's not getting out of this one. And somehow, some way, every single time he gets out of it. Usually pretty easily. So I don't want to use that phrase not only regarding Trump, but anybody in his administration. I don't know how they get out of this one. Because they always do. Pete Hegseth still has a job, folks, after Signalgate. They can get out of anything. And Bondi, I'm sorry, I don't think it's going to happen. Donald Trump loves Pam Bondi. She wouldn't have that job if she hadn't been a loyal Trumper that basically got him out of trouble earlier in his life. He is rewarding her, and she is still loyal to him. At any point during this scandal, she could have thrown him under the bus. Even as she's taking all the slings and arrows from MAGA, she didn't do it. She remained loyal. Trump will remain loyal to her. He will not let her go down for this. He needs her. I mean, she's remade the DOJ. She helped him out recently with Alina Habba. Like, she is still doing everything she needs to do to secure her job. Not to mention, let me throw this little wrench in the gears here. If he fires Bondi to appease MAGA because they think she's in charge of the Epstein cover-up, they'll be happy for about 5 seconds. They'll be like, good, get her out of there. Now, put somebody in that'll release the files. Uh-oh. Now, see, therein lies another problem. Because then you got to put somebody else there And then when the next person doesn't release the files, most of MAGA is going to say, well, fire them too. But some of MAGA is going to say, well, then wait a minute. The Attorney General then was not the common factor. Has to be the guy in charge of the Attorney General, which is only one person, and that's Donald Trump. So if Trump fires Bondi, all that does is open him up to more exposure as the leader of the cover-up. So I don't think it'll happen. It may happen, right? We can't predict anything in this unpredictable administration, but logic-wise, it actually doesn't make any sense for Trump to fire Bondi. She is still loyal. She is still doing his bidding on other issues every day. And of course, firing somebody is not going to give MAGA what they want, because what they want are the full unredacted files released to the public. Thanks for watching, everyone. You know, we're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.